channel. Oh no. So today's video, I wanted to give you guys some advice for the upcoming school year. So like high school advice, middle school advice, elementary school advice, if you're going into elementary school, I don't know, just advice for the upcoming school year. The camera's gonna die! Okay, ladies and gents, we are back with a new battery. Okay, also, random, but my hair is kind of middle parted, not really, but kind of. What do y'all think? Comment down below. Should I keep a middle part or should I go back to my side part? I don't know, honestly, at this point, I really don't know. I kind of like it, but I kind of don't, and I'm just like, Alright, so today I wanted to give you guys some advice for the upcoming school year. I can't believe it's already August. My first tip is to keep a planner. Oh my goodness. This tip saved me throughout high school. Also, these are the tips that I wish I heard before I went to high school. But keeping a planner is so smart, you guys. Literally, I would have not been able to turn in all my homework. I would have not gotten the grades that I got had I not kept a planner. Next tip. I have them on my phone because I would have forgotten. Okay, this next one's a little bit of a doozy. So, high school is not like the movies, y'all. I wouldn't really have any expectations for it going into high school because for me, oh my goodness, mini rant time. Everybody used to tell me that high school was going to be the best years of my life and that I was going to love high school and it's going to be like so good, but it's a lie. It is not like the movies and it is most likely not going to be the best of your years of your life. For me, it was probably some of the worst years of my life. That's horrible to say, but also at the same time, it's kind of true. But like, I just don't have any expectations going into it, and then you make the most out of your high school experience. Don't expect it to be perfect because it's definitely not. Tip number 3. This one is if you're going in, okay, in case you don't know the levels of high school, just in case, it goes freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. Senior is when you graduate, freshman is when you first enter high school. And a lot of people are so nervous of like the upperclassmen going into high school. Like they're so scared of the juniors and the seniors. But honestly, don't be. I never understood why people were scared of them personally. It was same with like middle school. All of the 8th graders were scared of the all of the 6th and 7th graders were scared of the 8th graders, but like honestly there's no reason to be because usually the upperclassmen just don't care. My next tip is whatever you do not procrastinate. And I know it's easier said than done because I myself have procrastinated too. I know I'm guilty, but you're probably gonna get a lot of homework. I hate to say it, but it's true. You're probably gonna get a lot more homework than you did all your previous years from middle school to elementary school. And so just try not to procrastinate because that'll make things so much worse and it'll just make things so much harder. Oh my goodness, this next tip, you guys. Okay, I'm not gonna name names, but please don't be one of the girls who like obsesses over boys or vice versa. If you're a boy, don't be like one of the people who just like obsesses over other people and like stalks them. Oh my gosh, please don't. Like, it's okay to have crushes and everything, but just don't make that your entire life. And you know, a lot of people would always like complain, they're like, I just really want to be in a relationship and stuff. But honestly, my motto is it'll come when it's time. Like, you don't need to be stressing about that sort of stuff. I feel like you just, whatever happens, happens. And so, you know, I don't know, I wouldn't be, personally myself, I would make it a goal to not be one of the people who like always is complaining that they're not in a relationship or who's always like obsessing over someone and that's all they talk about is just like that boy, because I've had friends that are like that. And you know, I don't know, I just feel like there's so many other things, so many other fun things that you could talk about, and like there's so much more. Oh, this next tip, okay. Little backstory. So going into middle school, I was so scared of getting lost. Literally, I was so scared. I don't know why, But like we moved from Florida to Utah, so I have experience being like the new kid at the school and everything, and we just moved and I had no idea what the school looked like. I had no friends or anything, and I was just so nervous for the school year, and I was so scared I was gonna get lost or forget my locker combination. And so I have some life hacks for all of y'all who are nervous about that aspect of school. So really there's no need to be nervous about getting lost, and it's not that bad if you do get lost. Just come up with a game plan in your head before, in case it does happen. So like for me, I always know you can always go to the teachers and ask them where a certain classroom is, or like you could ask them, you could be like, hey, I forgot my locker combination. What do I need to do in order to be able to get to my locker? And they might send you to the office and then they can help you and stuff. Just know that there's always people who are willing to help you. The teachers are always usually pretty nice when you ask them about that sort of stuff because they totally get it, and so you really don't need to be like super nervous about getting lost. Something that I always did was I always had one of these binders. This is how I sorted out like my school stuff. I had a general binder, and then I had all my other like notebooks and folders and binders for every class. But for my general binder, I would put like any class schedules, any like school activity information, locker combinations, extra paper, everything that's just like general goes into this. And so my life hack that I learned was to store your schedule in this front pocket, and maybe you could store your map in the back pocket, because then if you ever get lost, you can just quickly glance at it and it's not gonna look like weird or anything. Like you don't have to sit and try and pull out your schedule, because you'll have your class number right here and your schedule just sitting right there, and so it's really helpful. Oh, also, make sure you set your priorities straight. So for me, for our entire family, we always had this motto that school, it comes first. And so it like comes first over everything. So it comes first over friends and like just everything. And so I don't know, it's different for every family, different for every person, but for us, we always wanted to make sure that school was our top priority. Because education is super important, even though sometimes it's not fun. It's very important. Oh, okay, the next tip is, that being said, okay, grades are super important, but at the same time, don't let it like destroy your life or destroy your mental health if you don't get an A. Because for me, I'm like very much goody two shoes, and I like had to have the 4.0 GPA, and I had to get all A's all the time and just do well on every assignment, because otherwise I'd like beat myself up over it. And so grades are very important, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, don't like be sacrificing your mental health and like spending hours crying over grades if you don't get the A that you want. Because that's something that I regret graduating from high school, is I spent so much time like just like crying over grades and stuff. It was horrible. And so I don't know, just don't make it like ruin your life if you don't get an A. It's not that big of a deal. Grades are important, but it's not gonna ruin your life. My next tip is to just be nice to everybody, because honestly, everybody at school is probably just as nervous as you, or everybody's probably just a little nervous going into the new school year. And so just being nice to everybody and always like smiley and just friendly to everyone is really good. Everybody could use a friend, and so I always think be the friend that you would want to have. So just be nice to everybody. Next up, this one is also kind of a life hack. Make sure you always stay on top of your grades and check them. Like for me, there was an app that I could check, and I could see like my exact grades and percentages on everything that I got throughout each class. And so I would highly recommend, if your school has one of those systems, make sure you download the app and then like check up on it like every week to make sure you're staying on top of all your work. This next tip is very important. Basically, it's just don't make stupid choices. Like just be smart and logical about everything that you're doing. Like don't go out and like drink or like vape or smoke or any of that stuff, because it's just, that stuff is never going to get you anywhere good, and it's never gonna be good for your body. It's all bad. It's just a bad choice. So just avoid that stuff and be smart with your decisions. Think things through. My next tip is to never turn down extra credit. Okay, listen, this is like so smart, because even if you have an A in the class, or even if you have 100% in the class, I always, if there was ever an opportunity for extra credit, I would always snatch it so fast. I'd be like, yes, I am doing the extra credit, because you never know. What if like the next week you have a pop quiz and you fail it and like it brings your grade down? That extra credit that you did could like save your grade. Yeah, so never, it's so smart. So just don't pass up extra credit. Oh my goodness, this next tip, I wish I knew going into high school. Bro, this is like, this tip is so good. Do not buy all of the school merch. Okay, you really only need one school shirt. You don't need all of them, because I made this mistake. I was like, oh, I wanna get this one and this one and this one. But honestly, you really only need one, because now that I'm graduated, I have like so many school shirts that I can't even wear anymore. Well, I can wear them, but like, I don't know, they're just sitting there now. And so it's really not worth it. Just save your money. You only need one school shirt that you could wear for like showing school spirit and all that sort of stuff, and to like games and stuff. But other than that, save your money. And lastly, I would just say, don't stress it too much. It'll be fine, you'll do great. And you know what? Even if it's not your most favorite thing in the world, like for me, it wasn't my most favorite thing in the world, I still appreciate the experience and I appreciate the education. And on the bright side, it's only 4 years of high school if you're going into high school. And so you'll be done soon. It's not too bad. Don't stress it. Whatever grade you're going into, don't stress it. You'll be fine. Anyways, that is it for all of my tips for this upcoming school year. That is just like general tips for literally any grade that you're going into. It could be for any school year. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and make sure that you guys stay safe. I love you all so much. Have a great school year. I wish you the best of luck. Love you so much. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!